Hi, my name is Kyle Corberline. I'm with Bluegrass Truck Bus and RV in Georgetown, Kentucky. And another traveling thing I want to go over is one of the coolest things that I ever bought that made my life so much simpler for beach trips. Um, this is our third summer having the fish. So it's an Angler's Fish and Mate fishing cart. Obviously, the biggest thing you're going to notice is the big balloon tires. Work awesome on sand, makes it so much easier. Um, so just to be a real quick video, just to kind of show you why I like this so much. When I bought it at J&M here in Orange Beach, when I got here 3 years ago, I was looking at them, and they're not the cheapest thing in the world, especially compared to some other wagons. But there was a gentleman and his wife, they were older, that were looking at them, and I was like, man, I'm really thinking about getting one. And they're like, oh, we've had one for 20 years. Like, we wouldn't have done without one with our kids going to the beach in the summer. And I was like, okay, you got me kind of sold on the idea now. And they were looking at one of the wagon versions, like this one, and they're like, but we just always wanted the wagon version. And so they were there to buy it. There's two of them, luckily, because they had one. You'll see a lot of them on the beach where it's like the aluminum cart, and it's got one set of wheels, and then it's got a handle. You pick it up and you roll it, right? But it doesn't. It's not balanced out. It's not like a true wagon. But those work really well too. But they were just pitching the whole thing about how nice it'd be to have a wagon. It disperses more of the weight because you got four wheels. It's not going to tilt back and forth. Because I mean, I'll cart my fisher on this thing. I'll sit him on top of the cooler and roll him out to the beach. So when I bought the thing, not to drag this on. So when I bought the thing, it obviously came with a few things. Obviously the handle was one of them, and I just want to show quickly. Like, basically, I show up at the parking lot with my cart. Everything's a little sandy from the long week on the beach. And so you have your handle, obviously, for pulling it. I've also even strapped this to the back of my bicycle, and I believe they actually make a bike kit for hooking to a bike. I just strapped this to the back of my rack on my bike and actually drug this with no issues all the way to the pier 2 miles away with Flint last year. And then so you get the handle, and they also give you the bait cutting stand slash table. Stick your pliers in here, hang hooks and all that kind of stuff, right? So all this stuff is kind of designed where it just slides into a pole. You can obviously choose wherever you want to put it. And so that's what you get like when you buy the cart base. The things that I added was, you have the chair stand. So you pull that pin out, that slides into that. That makes it really easy to hang chairs on the back, your beach chairs. And then the other thing that I found really handy to have, originally I bought it for my bait bucket. I've got an insulated bait bucket. I don't fish as much with live bait. Well, I'll take that back. I don't fish as much with like live shrimp and stuff. I go by the bait store. I rake for sand fleas on the beach. So this just gives you an easy way to hang a bucket off the cart. But I use this every time I go, because if I'm not using this for bait, I use a 5-gallon bucket to shove a crap load of kids' sand toys in, which works really well. And like I said, when I'm surf fishing, I'm using my sand rake. I like this sand rake. I see guys that have got the really big sand rakes. I wanted something that my kids could play with too and actually be able to pull through the sand. Obviously the more friction you create, it'd be harder for them to do. But as you can see, all this stuff easily attaches to the cart. And then I actually bought this year. This is the floor that you can put in it. Now this it's really designed just to be kind of sat in there every time you go to use your cart. But I know people will either zip tie them in or use some stainless hardware. My plan is to use some stainless hardware. That way it's just permanently affixed. And then just to give you an idea, like, here's a cheap cooler from Costco. I would just sit this. I would do this a lot different. I'd put this stuff in the back, but I sit my cooler up here. I'll stick like a kid's shovel right here, kind of like a handle, and I'd sit Fisher right there, and we'll just cart him on off to the beach. But as you can see, you got tons of room for stuff, and this works really well. Like, I would buy this over and over again just because it makes loading up your gear from the car and rolling out to the beach, right? So the kids, the wife, everybody's just kind of walking out the beach. They're not doing this the whole way out there. We're not dragging skinny tires on what you'd see on a normal like one of those cloth fold-up trailers that you buy at a Walmart or a Sam's Club. This thing, it rolls right out on the beach on however soft as sand. And what I really like about it too is, you go down the beach and everybody kind of like, boom, they just plop down there at the beach at the end of the boardwalk. With this, it makes it so easy for us, let's walk down a little farther and not have to be on top of everybody and kind of have our own private space, but yet we still have our cooler and everything that we want. I'm being quick because I got a storm rolling in. It's going to probably hammer on me here in a minute, and I need to get my RV packed up. But that's my video real quick on the Anglers Fishing Bait Fishing Cart. If you go to the beach once a year for a week, eventually it pays for itself, trust me. And I'll show a quick video just where, like, this has got some size to it, so you can take the wheels and stuff off of it and pack it into a large storage box if that's what your RV has. I flat tow my car. I just sit it, and I've seen multiple setups in the campground where people just sit them on top of the roof racks and strap it down, and I'll show a video of that. Along with, when I go over there, I will show you my topwater fishing box that I use for my rods. But with that, I'll stop here and I'll show you over there. So this is our tow car that we pull behind our motorhome. I've got limited ability for tow. Like, I can't tow a big truck. I can't, I got to stay in that 3,500 pound range, and so this works great for us. And I use it like a trailer almost. So you can see I've got these big long roof rack bars up here, and this is the topwater fishing box from Yakima. I bought all this stuff. It's not like anybody paid me or gave this stuff to me for free, but I can easily strap whatever rods I want up here. You can see I've got my sand stakes in there, and I got plenty of extra room for more rods, or even adding some tackle gear, bags, or anything I do for fishing. But this is super handy to have, and I can justify having this because we fish at home. Like, we lake fish. We have a pontoon on Laurel Lake. So this is handy, whether it be on my truck or anywhere else. I like keeping the fishing rods separated from everything else, especially small kids, because of hooks and all that kind of stuff. It's just nice to have that box to put that stuff in. And then there you go. That is my cart on the roof of my car. Super easy to put up there. The cart itself is very lightweight. The wheels have got a little weight to them just because those are the thicker tires. And there's 4 of them, so it does add a little bit of weight. But I have no problem putting that cart up there. My wife would have no problem putting that cart up there if she took the wheels off. But I'm a huge advocate of using cam buckle straps. I don't like ratchet straps with hooks because there's just a point of failure there with the hook coming off. This is a solid loop. That's not coming off. We kayak and stuff too, and I mean, there is no better way to strap down an item where you loop over, go under the bar, and then come back up and over like that. I mean, this is literally shaking my car. Like, that's not going anywhere. So I'm a huge advocate of the cam buckle straps. As far as carting these things, I mean, obviously I see people put them on platform hitch, cargo carriers, like on the back of the hitch of their motorhome. I think this company makes an actual kit that bolts to it that's for receivers, so you can put it on the back of your car. I don't know. I think I looked at it and I didn't think it was that great of an idea. I would probably just use this is perfect for us, or I would just get like a cargo basket for the back of a hitch and somehow strap it down on that. But that's the cart on the roof, and that's how I will get it home and drive home 10 hours today. Once again, my name is Kyle Coberline. I'm with Bluegrass Truck Bus and RV in Georgetown, Kentucky. We love bringing value to customers with education, such as talking about cool tips and tricks as far as traveling and what makes life easier. So thanks for checking out the video, and if there's anything that we can do to help, whether it be truck, bus, or RV related, we're happy to do so. It doesn't have to be about just coming and buying things or us selling you something. We want to bring value to our customers and be, we're not a mega dealership. We have 2 locations in Kentucky. Our vision at our dealership is that we are big enough to serve, but we're small enough to actually care about everybody. Thanks again.